Boy, Tomb Raider was somehow both exactly what I was expecting and not at all at the same time. Laura being the pinnacle of a confident and capable protagonist? Yep. A totally normal excavation and Indiana Jones adventure that spirals out of control and delves into balls off the walls. What the hell is that? Conspiracy points straight out of Alex Jones? Crap! Gameplay that is just jank enough that it's rightfully left behind in the PlayStation 1 era and makes you realize why the Japanese made the global release of the controllers big and durable enough to put a hole through drywall. Oh yeah! And yet, I find that this game holds up really well for its time. Sure, this is the remaster, so the graphics are obviously better. Yeah, it's obvious that the gameplay wasn't touched and you can actually swap back and forth between the remastered and the original game's graphics. Hell, even using the cutscenes from the original release of the game. Something that other remasters don't do. It just gives a sense that there's a level of reverence that it's not a shame to show its origins. Yes, triangle tatas and all, but it's just nice that a remaster lets you experience these games as they were back in the day. May as well if you're doing nothing to update the gameplay. But updated graphics aside, the gameplay is actually not as bad as I thought it would be. Sure, a lot of the claiming is jank, but I'm surprised how it actually kind of works. Because unlike this...
You've had to kill people before, haven't you? You're used to it.
We do what we must to survive.
Animals, I get. They're food. Draugr, they're supposed to be dead. But people, they're trying to survive too.
Close your heart to it. On our journey, we will be attacked by all manner of creature. Close your heart to their desperation. Close your heart to their suffering.
The climbing mechanics in Tomb Raider actually forces you to slow down and look around your environment. And this does actually work in hand with the fact that the game focuses on the discovering of puzzle pieces and the fact that there are so many secrets to discover. Secrets that will provide you with more supplies for dealing with the eventual things you're gonna have to. Holy shit. Let's talk about that. Yes, like any game in the 90s, remaster or not, that stars a bombshell of a protagonist, we got guns. And, okay, this is where the game is weakest, I feel. It's obvious that the game wants you to be able to jump, roll, and blast your way through the enemies the game puts in front of you, but the lock-on mechanic and the controls, even with the option for an updated control scheme, are just too heavily a product of the time. So many times, I just find a spot where they can't get me and I shoot them till they're dead. Even worse is when I just stand there and shoot them like an unmoving tank and just blow through my health packs. It's obvious that Laura is meant to be a Porsche, but the gameplay, at least in my experience, forced me to be a tank. It's obvious that this was their first attempt at trying out a style of gameplay like this. And I really hope the next game fixes those issues. I mean, considering this is from the era where the devs actually give a damn about feedback and innovation, my hopes are high for the next game in this series. It just sucks because these combat segments so easily grinds the game to a halt until you get past them, especially when you see that what they were trying to do with the mechanics and animations they put in. Honestly, despite the blunder in trying to aim high with the combat mechanics and not quite succeeding, they actually did a pretty good job with the story. Honestly, it just feels nice to revisit these old games and seeing the earnest simplicity of the writing. No overcomplicated dialogue that comes off as the writers trying to stuff a thesaurus into their scripts. No over-traumatized inner conflicts and drama.
Sorry, I can't talk right now. Thinking about my past.
Actually, we need you here for some reason.
As interesting as some of those things can be, it's just a simple adventure with an unraveling mystery that helps you get from point A to point B. Hell, outside of Pierre and Larson, the only characters with names are Lara and Natla. The rest get names like Bald Man, Skater Boy, and Cowboy.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Honestly, I wish more games would do that. You're not writing Shakespeare, you're creating a vehicle for the game to flow from one set piece to the next. Now, let's get on to the set pieces. Holy cow, this game has some fun ones. Like any adventure involving exploring tombs and ancient temples, this is where the game shines. The game manages to capture the really oppressive size and scope that a lot of ancient monuments and locations have. From the North American ruins to the ancient Egyptian sands, from the ancient Greek temples to fucking Atlantis flesh pyramids.
Nice touch.
They're for sure the kinds of locations that need to be explored, and they certainly let you since you need to discover secrets and puzzle pieces to advance. But when you consider the slightly jank controls and the even more jank combat, I am so glad the levels are as vast and explorable as they are, so you have a decent amount of downtime where you're free to just explore, including the annoyingly effective jump scares. But all in all, Tomb Raider is a game that really holds up way more than it should in the modern era. Mainly because of some solid elements like the wonderfully vast and explorable levels and the interesting conspiracy of a story that stays short, to the point, and doesn't outstay its welcome. But god damn it, the control jank really brings it down for me as a one and done kind of experience. Sure, I didn't find all the secrets, but I don't have that mental itch to even try. Overall, it was nice to visit the game that started it all. Honestly, I'd say Tomb Raider 1, remaster or not, it's a firm 6 out of 10. The levels are great for exploring, the story is the perfect mix of simplistic and crazy that, again, doesn't overstay its welcome. But considering this is the game that helped push PlayStation into stardom, it's a solid game. It's solid for that purpose and that purpose alone. I can say for sure that it gave gaming in the 90s the evolutionary kick in the pants.